Okay. So first thing, let's save this file. Say Control S. Go to the folder. Say macro enabled file VBA class 3. Save. Right. So in the previous session, we saw how to copy and paste. We saw how to insert and delete. Then we saw how to hide, unhide. Correct? So this is what we did in the previous session. Now we'll see how you can work on more other functions. Let's say I have a data. I need to clear some data in that. Clear in the sense, let's say I want to clear the complete data itself, or say I want to clear some formats, or say I want to clear some links, or say I want to clear some comments. So something I have to clear in the data. So how will I actually do? So what I'll just create a small table quickly. Then we'll take some numbers as well. And then I'll try to format it. Fine. Now rename the sheet. I'll say clear. Let's go to the editor. So it is Alt F11. And then I'll rename the code name as well. Now I'll insert a module and we'll rename this as well. Say mod underscore clear. Done. Let's say I want to clear the data here, say which is in J5 to J14. Sub clear data underscore, I'll say clear. So what this clear will do, it will clear the complete formats, data, borders, whatever it is. Say WKS clear dot range of, let's say from J5 to J14. Say J5 to J14 dot clear. See, I'm using this clear. Let's say F5. See, complete data got cleared along with the formats. Let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Now let me write one more macro. Say sub clear data and I'll say clear contents. Same program. I'll write dot range J5 to J14 dot clear contents. Say this, I'm mentioning this as clear, and here I'm mentioning this as clear contents. That means I'm trying to clear only the contents. Now let's say if I go back, see, only the contents has been removed, the format remains as is. Let's assume that I'll have some comments here. I'll go here, let me insert some comments. Say comments. Let me copy this. I'll put it in most of the places. Right. Can you see this? I have comments in many places. I have to remove this. So for this, what I'll do, I'll write a macro to remove the comments in entire table. Say Alt F11. Here I'll say sub clear data underscore clear comments. WKS clear dot range of, let's say from here we'll take say D5 to J14. dot clear comments. So what this will do, it will clear the comments wherever it is available. Let's go here and say run this. See, the comments got cleared. Now let's add some link. Say link to, we have some sheets here. Let's say I'll give some link to some other sheet. And here I'll select, let's copy this and I'll paste it in many places. Suppose I have a table, something like this. I need to remove the link. See, if I click here, it is going to some other sheet. So there is a link here. I want to remove this link. So what I'll do, I'll say Alt F11, say sub clear data underscore clear links. Say WKS clear dot range of D5 to J14 dot clear links. Say hyperlink. Now if I say Fi, say the links are gone. But I can see that format is still there. That is the link format. If you can see this, the blue underscore, that means it becomes as if there is a link here, but the link is gone, the format remains. How to actually change this format? In the previous session we learned how to copy and paste the formats. I just copied one format and kept it somewhere here. We'll copy this and we'll paste it here. How to do that? Along with these hyperlinks, let me copy the same program. Now here I want the hyperlinks to be removed as well as the format to be pasted. In that case, we'll use the previous sessions say code and whatever we have done today with this remove hyperlinks. Go here, say WKS clear dot range of we'll copy from D3 to J3. Say D3 to J3 dot copy and paste special, that is from D5 to J14. Say WKS clear dot range of say D5 to J14 dot paste special, and I'll say formats. Now let me just run this. See, it will remove as well as it will copy and it will paste the formats here like this. Okay, this is for clearing your content. Say, let me repeat again, this is for clearing the complete data itself along with the formats. Clear contents will remove only the contents. Clear comments will remove all the comments in the range what I've specified, and then I have this clear hyperlinks. Wherever I have this hyperlinks, that will be cleared. Next, what we have is, suppose if I clear the links, the link whatever is there, the format of the link will remain as is. So for that, what I'll do, I'll try to remove the formats as well, so that you'll not have that link format. Okay, so this is for clear. So clear is very simple, just you have to use dot clear. In that we have various options available which will help me in doing all this task. Okay, fine. Next one, let's say I want to work on the selection. Many of them actually have this doubt how to select the entire data here. What we have done here, we have mentioned it as D5 to J14. But what if I want to select dynamically? What if the data, let's say, for example, I'll copy this and I'll paste the data here. See, I got extra data here. Now, what if I have some comments here? Let me insert that comment again. We copy this, paste it here, see. Fine. Now I want to clear this part. What we have given here, this is D5 to J14, that is, it will clear only this much. What if I want to clear this? Again, I have to go and change the code here, say D5 to, then again I'll say O14. But instead of doing that, what we'll do is we'll have one option here and we'll see how we can select the entire table dynamically. See, let me show you again. If I go and if I say clear comments, see this program, if I run this, say F5, only this part will be removed. But what if I want to remove this part? I have to change the address here. So for that, what I'll do, I'll change my code. How? Let's go here. I'll say sub clear data and I'll say clear entire table. Right? Now I'll say WKS clear dot range. First, what you do, take the first cell. I'll say D5. Don't give the range, complete range. Say dot current region. When I say current region, what it will do is it will take the data from year till year, till wherever the data is available. If I'm specifying like this, that means it will take the fixed address J5 to J14. But if you want to select the entire table, then I'll say dot current region. Then I'll say dot clear comments. See, current region means it will select the entire table like this. Now let me execute this. See, if you want, I'll just make some more copy here. Copy and pasting some more places. Making some more comments here. I mentioned it as entire region, that is the current region. Now let me say F5. See, now let me copy this and if I paste, and again if I insert some more comments here, see this range is again a separate data extra data which I added. Now I don't have to change the program at all. I just have to go here and run this. See, F5, see, it'll get clear. So whenever you feel that I need to have a dynamic way of selecting the entire region, then use this current region. Okay, fine. Next, sometimes what will happen, I'll have a table like this. Let's say I just copy one more small table like this and I'll paste it just below this. There is no connection now. See, there's a space here. Now if I use this current region, it will take only this table. Let me delete this. I will clear this as well. See, I have two different tables here. If I'm saying current region, it will take only this much. It will not take this one because there is no connection at all. Suppose if you have one more connection here like this, see, there is one connection like this, then this will become current region. Let me show you. Say sub, mention it as current region selection. Okay, double case clear dot. I'll say range of, let's take this D5 dot current region. I'll say dot select. If I say F5, see, it selected the entire table here along with the second table what I used because there is one connection value here. Let me remove this. See, I just deleted this. Now there is no connection. Now if I run this program, see, it will select only this part. It is not selecting this. Now what if I want to select this as well? If there is no connection, then what I will use is I'll go here, say sub, say select tape. Okay, WKS clear dot. Now don't give range. I'll say used range dot select. Here it will just select only the used range. That means wherever the data is available, only that will be used. So here you cannot specify which address because it will go and check where the range has been used. Now let me run this program. Say F5. See, wherever the data is used, it will select that. Only that part will be selected. Now let's say I'll copy this and I'll paste somewhere here, and I'll paste somewhere here, and I'll paste somewhere here as well. See, all these are used range. Now I need to copy only this part and I have to paste it. Now let me run this. See, it will select like this. Now this selection is to show you how, where it is selected. Suppose I don't want selector, I want to copy. Just go here, say dot copy. So it will copy the range what you've selected. See, it is selected this part. That means it is copying only this part. Now suppose I have one more value here. Now if I run the program, the current region F5, see, it will select this table. Now if I use this, say dot copy instead of select, see, wherever the data is used, the entire range will be selected. So the difference between using like this and current region used range is, this is fixed J5 to J14, but coming to this is dynamic. That means from D5, wherever the data is there, the table that will be selected by current region. Suppose if you want to select the entire range wherever I've used the data, then I can use this used range. Okay. If you guys have any doubts in this, please ask me, I'll answer, and then we'll go with next options. You guys have any doubts? People?
One thing, this current region, this Shumanta, this
Yes.
when you put the clear range D5 current region, so it will take all the data starting from D5.
From D5 where it's a table. Say for example, now I don't have a connection like this. See, there is no connection anywhere like this. Then current region will be only this much. So current region will be only this much. But if I have any connection like this, that means there is a connection between this and this table. Suppose I have one more data like this as well. See, this will become current region now. This will become current region.
Okay, got it.
So like this, it will become like this. This is the current region. Used range means wherever the data is used like this, till wherever I've used the data.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Any other doubts? Okay, so we'll proceed. Next is, we'll see how we can work on sheets. That is, how to insert a sheet, how to delete a sheet, and how to rename the sheets. Okay, fine. At F11, right click, insert, say module. Here we'll say mod underscore sheets. This is very important when you're actually trying to insert some sheet and working on that particular sheet. First, we'll see how to insert the sheet. Then I'll tell you how to delete, and then we'll see how to rename. Say sub, I'll say insert sheet. You just have to say sheets.add. That's all. When I say sheets.add, if I run this, see, a sheet got added here. But when I say sheets.add, what it will do is it will add to the previous, or say before, the active sheet. Let's say I will be activating this sheet. There is one more sheet which is sheet 5. Now if I say sheets.add, if I run this, see, a sheet will get added before the active sheet. What if I want to add a sheet after this? Then we'll say sub insert sheet after. I'll say sheets.add, then I'll say after colon equals. Yes, in the previous session we saw this transpose colon equals, that is I'm trying to get the parameter. Now this say after colon equals, I have to specify after which sheet I need to insert. First what we'll do, we'll say active sheet. That means after this active sheet. Whichever sheet I'm activating, we'll just try to insert after that sheet. Let me just execute this. I have activated this sheet 6. See, if I say F5, see, a sheet got added after this. Let's say I'll activate this sheet. I will go here and I'll say F5. See, a sheet got inserted after this. This is for active sheet. Let's say I want to insert by specific sheet name. Let me copy this, say enter, and here I'll say after sheet name. Active sheet means wherever it is activated. Now I'll say sheets of, let's say I want to insert after this sheet 6. I'll say sheet 6. See, I'm specifying insert sheet after this. Now you be anywhere in any sheet activated. If I run this program, see, a sheet will get added after sheet 6 only. Now let me move this sheet 6 somewhere here. Now I'm selecting the sheet 5. Sheet 6 is here. Now if I run this program, see, a sheet got added after sheet 6 only. This is by sheet name. Suppose if you want to insert by sheet index number, sheet index. Let's say I want to insert a sheet in third place only. Then I'll say sheet 3. That means after sheet 3, say 1, 2, 3. Let it be any sheet. It will insert after this, after third sheet. Say F5. See, you move this sheet anywhere. It still says 1, 2, 3. See, it will insert after this third sheet. This is sheet index number. One is I can use active sheet and insert. Other one is I can use sheet name. Other one is I can use the sheet index number. Fine. This is for inserting based on active sheet, sheet name, and sheet index number. Let's say I want to insert multiple sheets. What am I inserting now is by default one sheet. What if I want to insert more than one sheet? Then I'll say sub insert sheet. I'll say multiple sheet. Sheets dot add after, I have to specify after which sheet I need to insert. Here I can use either active sheet or sheet name or sheet index number. Let me insert after sheet 3 only, same program, but I want to insert 3 sheets. Say count colon equals, I'll say 3. See, after sheets of 3, I'll say insert 3 sheets. That means 1, 2, 3. After this, I'll insert 3 sheets. Let's run this. See, after this sheet 11, say 1, 2, 3. 3 sheets got inserted here. So I can specify the sheet name also. Suppose if you want to insert after the sheet 6, if I would have given sheet 6, then after this, 3 sheets will get inserted. So this is how I can insert the sheet. This is to insert one single sheet. This is for inserting one sheet after the active sheet. And this is by sheet name. This is sheet index number. This is for inserting multiple sheets. Now, next is how to delete the sheet. Suppose if you want to delete the sheet. Again, the deleting can happen by active sheet, by sheet name, and by sheet index number. Say sub delete sheet. Say sheets of, you have to specify the sheet. Let's say active sheet dot delete. Let's mention the program name as active sheet. Now let's say I'll activate this sheet 14. Let me run this. See, sheet 14 got deleted. Now if I run this program again, it will delete the active sheet. See, F5. See, so as and when I keep on running this, it will keep deleting the active sheet. Fine. Next, we'll see how we can delete the sheet by sheet name, specific sheet name. Let's say I want to delete sheet 12. Sub delete sheet, and I'll say sheet name. Sheets of sheet name dot delete. Now I'm trying to delete the sheet 12. Let me just activate some other sheet. See here, I'm not activated this. Now if I run this, see, sheet 12 got deleted. Now I cannot run this program. The reason is sheet 12 is not available. See, when I run this, it will throw error because there is no sheet. Sheet 12 is not available. I'll say end. See, sheet 12 is not there. I can delete the sheet by name. Say sub delete sheet. Say sheet index. Now we'll delete by sheet index. Say sheets of, I'll say 3 dot delete. In this case, I'm trying to delete third sheet. Let me run this. See, third sheet got deleted. Now, once again, if I run, this third sheet will get deleted. See, third sheet. Now, if I run this, this sheet will get deleted. Let me move this. Now, this will become third sheet. So this will get deleted. So this will be keep on running unless and until I have number of sheets less than 3. Once it reaches 3, it will delete. And again, if only 2 sheets are there, this will not run because it will try to search for the third sheet. And if it is not there, again, it will throw error. Okay, that is active sheet, sheet name, and then I have this sheets. That is my sheet index number. Next, suppose I want to rename a sheet. Say I want to rename this sheet 7 to something. Say sub rename sheet. That is by active sheet. I'll say active sheet dot name equals say new name. I just named it. Run this. The active sheet got renamed to new name. Now if I say run, it will still work because I'm in the same active sheet, so new name is there. Now let me go to another sheet. Now if I run this, it will not run because the name is already taken. That means the name is already taken by some other sheet. Fine. Next, say sub rename sheet by sheet name. Let's say I want to rename this sheet 6. Active sheet will rename the active sheet, whichever I've activated. So what if I want to rename by specific sheet name? I'll say sheets of sheet 6 dot name is equal to, I'll say new name 2. Let's say F5. See, new name 2. Now I cannot run this program because the sheet 6 is not available because it has been renamed as new name 2. Let's say F5. See, the sheet is not available. Fine. Next is we can rename by index number. Let's go here. Say sub rename sheet index. Say sheets of, let's say 3 dot name equals new name 3. Sorry. Let me just move one of the sheets to 3 here. See, sheet 8 is sheet 3 now. Let's say F5. See, the third sheet got renamed to new name. Now, if I take this sheet and if I move to third sheet, now if I run this, it will not run because the name is already taken. See, new name 3 is already there. Fine. Let's save this. Let's summarize. So I inserted sheet by active sheet, sheet name, and sheet index. Similarly, I used for delete as well, that is active sheet, then sheet name, and then sheet index number. For renaming also, I use this active sheet, sheet name, and sheet index number. Next, suppose if you want to insert a sheet in the end, the last place here, after all the sheets, how will I insert? So what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say sub insert sheet, say the end. We'll go here, sheets dot add, and then I'll say after sheets of, I'll mention sheets dot count. Now let me run this. So what will happen, the sheets dot count will count the number of sheets here. Let's say here I have this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So here it will become 7. That means after 7th sheet, insert a sheet. See, it is inserting one sheet. Now if I run this again, what will happen? It will insert after this. That means it will count the number of sheets here. See, it will insert. Suppose if you want to delete the last sheet, then what should I do? I'll say sub delete sheet, say end, sheets of sheets dot count dot delete. See, so what this will do, it will delete the last sheet. It will count and delete. See, let's see, deleted the last sheet. If I run again, the sheet 16 will get deleted. See, now let me move this. I want to rename the last sheet. Same thing I can use sub rename sheet underscore end, say sheets of sheets dot count dot name is equal to, say, last sheet. See, the last sheet, I'll run this. See, it reading. This is for counting the number of sheets. Now let's come to this inserting again. I want to insert a sheet and immediately I need to rename that. I'll say sub insert rename sheet, say sheets dot add. You can use, say, after, before, or whatever. When I say after, let's take it like this, sheets of sheets dot count. That means I'm inserting in the end. I want this to be renamed. So when I insert a sheet, what will happen is it will go and it will activate in that sheet. Let me run this. See, it will activate that sheet once it is inserted. Now whatever sheet I'm inserting, that has to be renamed. So here immediately I'll say active sheet dot name equals end sheet. See, now if I run this, it will insert a sheet and it will rename immediately. But this program will not run again if I run this. See, it will throw error because it will insert this sheet, but in the end already I have this end sheet which will not rename. So how to avoid this? So what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say ampersand, and I'll say sheets dot count. So what this will do, let me change the name here. I'll say it will insert a sheet, it will mention that as ITAS, it will add the sheets dot count. That means the number of sheets whatever is there. When I'm inserting a sheet, let's say I'll say FI, see, I have 10 sheets. Now one more sheet got added, it will become 11. Now if I run this again, now I have this 11 sheet, this will become 12. So this sheet will become unique. See, FI, this will become unique, and this will say ITS 12. Fine. Next, coming to this delete. You are actually seeing when I'm actually running this, say for example, I'll try to delete one sheet. See, FI, I'm getting one message saying that Microsoft Excel will permanently delete. So this message will come because it is warning us saying that there is a sheet which is getting deleted. So be very careful whether I should delete or not. I'll say delete. But I don't want that message to come. I want that message to be blocked, or say I don't want to see that message directly, it has to delete. So in that case, what I'll do is, let me copy the same program and I'll put it here so that it will be easy for you to practice. Say remove alert. Now before deleting, I'll say application dot display alerts equals false. When I use this, what will happen is the alert whatever I was getting saying that the sheet what you're deleting should be deleted or not, that message will not be there. See, I'll say if I see, I'll not get that message. Let me go here to this program. See, I'm getting that message because I've not specified that. But here, if I'm saying fi, see, I'll not get that message because I have mentioned here saying that display alerts equals false, which will block the complete alerts so that without asking, it'll just delete the sheet. Okay, so these are different options for inserting, deleting, renaming of the sheets. If you have any doubts, please ask me, I'll explain again. Any doubts? People, please respond. If you don't have any doubts, I'll proceed. Hello?
Proceed.
No doubts?
No doubts.
Okay, then I'll proceed. Next is we'll see how we can work on. Let me delete all this sheet which is not necessary. Okay. Next is we'll see how we can work on this data, that is how to make it bold, say italic, or how to color the cells. Right. Alt F11, right click, insert, say module, and I'll say mod underscore. I'll make it as cell. Let's say I want to make this D5 bold. Sub, say font underscore bold. Let me take the same thing, say WKS clear dot range of, I'll say D5 dot font. Okay, now after this we need to give the property, say dot bold is equal to true. Let me run this. See, this will become bold. If you want a complete range, let me copy this. We'll mention it as range. You just have to go and specify the range till wherever I need, say from here till here, that is J5, and I'll say F5. See, what if I want to make bold, say entire table, then I have that current region. Remember, we just learned about that current region. So instead of this, I'll mention this as dot current region dot font dot bold. Let me run this. Sorry, current region, say F5. See, the entire table became bold. Now if you want to remove, just make it as false. Just change this to false, and if I say F5, see, it will get removed. Fine. Now suppose if you want to make it italic, say, let me copy this, go here, I'll say italic. Instead of bold, I'll say italic. Let's run this. See, this got italic. I can use the same option. Again, I'll not teach every code like this. So if you want, you can go here and take this current region, and if I paste it here, see, the entire table will become italic. If you want to give underline, then copy this, put it here, say underline, and let me change this. So you run this. See, I have an underline. If you want to remove, then just make it false. Run this. See, underline is removed. If you want all together, say bold, underline, and this italic, I can put everything in one place. I'll make it as combined. I'll copy this. Paste it. Here I'll say bold. Then I'll say italic. And if I say true, let me copy this. And I'll make it true. See, same thing, whatever we have done here in different program, I'm using all three together in the same program. Say font should be bold, italic, underline. Let's run this. See, now let's go back. This is for changing the font style. Now what if I want to shade the color? Let's say I want to give interior colors for this. For that, cell color. Let's change color for one cell and then let's see how to make it for the current region. So WK is clear dot range of say D5 dot interior dot color. Okay, so if you want the color, you have to just give the cell address dot interior dot color. Now after that, which color I should give, I don't know. So what I'll do, I'll say equals, say VB and say red. This is the inbuilt code. I'll say VB red. VB red means it will give me red color. Let's go here. I'll say FI. See, this will become red color. If I go and say VB white, this will become white color. If I say black, that will become black. So you can specify, say red, orange, black, whatever. That is, when you know the specific color, I can use this. What if I don't know the color name? Or if I go here, let's say I want to color this one, say this color. I don't know this color name at all. So in that case, what should I do? So what I will do in this case is I'll use the RGB colors. So what is RGB? RGB is nothing but red, blue, and green. So how to get this? So you have to go to this color, more colors, and select here. See, it says RGB, that is red, green, and blue. It says 191, 143, and 0. Let's go back to the code. Let's copy this and I'll paste it here. I'll mention it as 2. Now I'll say interior dot color. Now instead of VB red, I'll say RGB open bracket. Now it'll ask for red, green, and blue as integers. So we saw that it's 191, comma, then I think it's 183 or something. I forgot the color. So 183, just we'll give this and later on we can change this. See, now I'll say FI. See, it got changed. So what is this color? It is 143, sorry, not 183. I'll say 140. Let me run this. See, it got changed to the same color here. Now if you want the entire table, I'll say current region dot entire, say current region dot interior color, say FI. See, the whole table will get colored, right? So this is for changing the font to bold, then italic, then changing the color by using specific color or RGB values. So any doubts in this? Let me save this. Any doubts? Or shall I proceed?
Yeah.
Okay. So don't worry, these are all very simple programs. So we'll be finishing all our simple programs today. So from Monday, we'll work on something called as data types, which is the next level of your programs. Okay, fine. Let me just finish one more topic, that is how to work on shapes. Fine. Let me just insert one sheet and I'll say WKS shapes. And we'll go back, say F4, copy this shapes. Fine. Let me insert one shape. Yes. And I'll color this to red. Now I want to hide this or I want to delete this. Let's insert one more module, say F4, say mod underscore shapes. Here, say sub, say hide shape. First, we'll see how we can hide this shape. So before writing the program, what we'll do is we'll try to rename this shape. How to rename? Select this. I have this address bar. In this address bar, I'll say SHP red. I'm using this prefix SHP so that this will be understood that this is recognized as shape. Let's go back. Say WKS shapes dot. Now don't give range because this is not a range, this is a separate shape. So what I'll do, I'll use shapes. Now I have a name for this shape. I'll say SHP red, and then I'll say visible equals false. When I say false, and if I run this, see, that will get hidden. Now I want this back. Let's say true. See, it will come back. Let me make it as false, and I'll copy this and I'll put a separate code so that it will be easy for you to understand. Let's say true. So this is for hiding, this is for unhiding. Fine. If you want to delete that sheet, the shape itself, say sub delete shape, WKS shapes dot shapes of SHP red, and say dot delete. I'm specifying the sheet, shape name, and I'm saying FI. See, it got deleted. Now, if the shape is not there, and if I'm trying to run this program, see, it'll say the item what you're actually trying to find is not available. Say end. If it is there, then only this code will run. Otherwise, it will not run. Fine. Next, what we'll do, we'll say insert shape again. I'll insert here. Let me change the color and I'll rename this to red. Now if I run this, it'll run, see, because I have that shape. Whenever you are getting any error saying that the shape is not available, go and check if the shape what you have created is available or not. Now let's say I have renamed it and here I'm writing a code. There is a big mistake what people will do. What is that mistake? Say we'll be typing this. Say I'll type something like this. I have renamed here. I'm writing a code here. Let me go and I'll execute this. See, it says the item with the specified name wasn't found. Now this was a very simple mistake. See, it was SHP. I would have typed SPH. When I'm actually running this, we might miss this. We might think that it is exactly like what I have here. So that's a big mistake what people will do. They think that yes, my code is right, the name what I've given is right, but still the program is not running. So in these cases, what you do is don't type the name. What I'll do, select this shape, copy this, don't type and paste it. So what will happen if you do like that? Say you'll not be mistakenly typing the wrong spellings. See, I'm just copying this, I'm pasting it here. So I don't have to bother. Whatever I've given here, that will be pasted here. Now again, while typing, what if you give some space here? See, there's a space here. Now if I run this, see, again this will not run because I have a space here. It will check exactly like whatever I have the shape name here, exactly. It will go and check completely. It should be exactly like the name what I've given, then only it will work. Otherwise it will throw error. Okay, so these shapes and sheets again will be working in your basic dashboarding class, or you'll be working on sheet modules or workbook modules. Then again I'll come back to these chapters and you'll work on the data types of objects in detail. Now we're just trying to understand how we can use this single liners for working on shapes, sheets, and then range. Okay, fine. So any doubts in these chapters what we did today, people?
No doubt.